Hey there, everyone. I just wanted to let you know about an actual price reduction in 2023, which I can't believe actually, because everything just seems to be going up in price rather than coming down. But I wanted to let you know that for those of you who have bought CBD from me, be it gummies, lotions, tinctures, or whatever, that the company that I buy from has reduced its prices to me. So I would like to pass that savings on to you, because I know it's a little rough out there nowadays, and I would like to not, gouge people for something, because that doesn't sit right with me. So I wanted to let you know. And also for those of you who maybe always wanted to try CBD, but they didn't because of the price. Now, before, the extraction process that my company uses is the most expensive one out there. But what you get for that is you get a cannabinoid profile that has way more cannabinoids in it than other methods of extracting the cannabinoids out of the hemp plant, okay? So my CBD in particular has 80 to 100 cannabinoids in it, whereas if they use a different method to extract the cannabinoids out, you will have way less than that. So that's why mine is more powerful. So you can't really compare certain CBDs to others because of just that, the extraction method. So mine is extremely powerful and always has been, but my company has grown greatly that manufactures my CBD products, so they're able to make more in bigger batches, so that that in turn then brings the price down, because there's also a lot more farms growing hemp nowadays than there was when I started selling CBD about 6 years ago. And I really appreciate all of you who have trusted me for so many years. In the beginning, it was like the Wild West with CBD, and people didn't know who to trust, and there was a lot of information out there that you had to be careful where you got it from, and you can't trust like this when you go to get gas, the gas station little convenience store having CBD on the counter there. You can't trust them because it could be being made in China. It could be being made with a process in someone's garage somewhere in a crock pot, which is what I found out a lot about back then. And that either there was way too much THC in it or way too little CBD in it, not what it said on the bottle or the packaging, right? So not that it's regulated at all anymore, so I'm sure stuff like that's out there. I think that people have become more aware, however, of the healthier versions or the people you could trust selling it. And I would like to say thank you to those of you who have been buying it from me for so many years now, that I'm actually really happy to offer this new pricing levels to you and anybody new who wants to try it, because it is so beneficial. It's obviously a natural thing that is helpful for a myriad of conditions, and it's not like, say, a drug that is chemicals that you have to then it helps with the symptoms or whatever it is that's going on, but they are still chemicals that your body has to detoxify from, and it's an extra strain on the body. So that's why adding more pharmaceuticals to your regimen adds more of a toxic burden, and that has just been proven across the board. So anything you can do to perhaps switch out something for something that's natural, that is not a toxin your body has to detoxify from, then that's just a healthier a state of being. And for those of you who are unaware, the way I say it is that CBD tries to work to create a balance in the body, and it will look at whatever is going out of balance in the body and try to bring it back into balance. And in turn, that the more balance you have, the healthier you are. So it doesn't necessarily cure anything in particular. It just allows the body to do what it does best, which is heal itself if given the right tools. And it takes away the distraction of other things as it balances the body, so that then the body is like, well, okay, now I have time to work on healing that myself. So that's how I always portray CBD oil. Certainly it's helpful for things like sleep and anxiety, seriously, a lot of conditions that people have come to me and used it for over the years. So I just wanted to go over real quick what I have sold and what the price used to be and what it is now, so that you guys can make a decision. You know, if you've never tried it before and you'd like to try, the price is a lot easier to take. And then those of you who have been buying it from me for years, you'll be happy to know that now you don't have to pay as much for it anymore. All right. So the main one that I sell the most is 1,000 milligrams, which is a very high dose. So most people wind up not needing a ton of it. And it depends on the person. It depends on your sensitivity level. It depends on what's going on with you, your age, things like that. But the 1,000 milligrams was always around $79.95. And now it's $49.95, which is a really huge discount. Okay. And most people, this bottle will last them 2-3 months because they don't require a ton of it, especially if it's for something like anxiety. Anxiety, in my experience, has shown to be helped by CBD with very small amounts. So like say a couple drops in the morning, a couple drops at night, something around those lines. So a bottle like this would last 3 months or more, if that's all it requires. Again, it just depends on you and your own particular body, whether or not that dosing is right. And everybody has to determine their own dosing. I can't tell you what that would be, because I've had very tall, big people require a little bit, and then I've had the opposite. Very big people need a little bit, and then this like smaller, tiny people need a whole lot more. So it really doesn't go by weight either. With animals, we say to go by weight, but again, it depends on the condition of the animal, what's going on with them, their age, that kind of thing. So 1,000 milligrams is only $49.95 now. I do have a 2,000 milligram as well, which most of the time I sell this for people that have cancer or very severe conditions. 2,000 milligrams is helpful for the anxiety for sure, the stress involved with having a diagnosis of cancer. CBD has been proven. There are studies shown on the NIH's website in regards to it being an anti-tumor. So it can even help possibly reduce tumor size, along with whatever regimen your doctor is having you do. And it just helps, like, again, to bring the body into balance, because when disease begins, that is because the body is out of balance in some way. It could be hormone levels are out of balance, or blood sugar is out of balance, pressures are out of balance. CBD works to try to get those things back into balance, so then the body can heal itself. Like I said before, it takes those things away so that the body can then work to do what it does best. Okay. So I do have, I didn't grab the bottle from the counter, but this is just, these two, the 2,000 and the 1,000 are just straight out CBD oil with MCT coconut oil as the carrier, which is the healthiest way to imbibe CBD tinctures. You put it under your tongue sublingually and leave it there for about a minute, and that way it gets directly into your bloodstream rather than having to go through the digestive tract, which helps you more quickly. And it's better absorbed that way. But I do also sell a CBD CBG and tincture that's 1,500 milligrams, and it's 1,000 milligrams of CBD and 500 milligrams of CBG. And CBG has its own healing benefits, but there wasn't a lot of it within the plant. They've now started to grow plants that have higher levels of CBG in it, because it is so beneficial. that they're now able to offer the CBG CBD oils for a cheaper price as well. So I used to sell a 1500 milligram version of that, and that has now been discontinued, and I think they found the sweet point on that is 1,000 milligrams of CBD and 1,000 milligrams of CBG, and that I'll have coming in, and though that's going to be $79.95. The 1,500 with the CBD and CBG used to be $99. So now the 2,000 milligram, which is a higher dose of the CBG, is only $79.95. So I have a lot of you on that one. So I think you'll be happy. You'll be able to possibly use less, obviously, of the 2,000 and stretch the bottle out longer. My pain creams that I sell that everybody's obsessed with has an amazing scent to it, essential oils, arnica, and CBD oil. It's extremely powerful, very helpful for knee pain, as in particular lower back pain. It's a healing mechanism for the skin. So if I get a cut, like a glass cut, working with the glass here at the store, and I'll put my CBD cream on it, it actually heals it overnight. And glass cuts are usually pretty deep, and like, because they're so sharp, the glass that I work with. So it's pretty amazing to me. The biggest, most amazing thing to me, however, with CBD creams was I'm one of those very, very, very white and pale people. I've never tanned my whole life. I always sunburn, and then it like just flakes off, and then it's back to my white pink skin. And I got a sunburn, and I had my CBD lotion, and I don't know why I thought of it. Maybe I just put it on to hydrate my skin, because of course you get so dehydrated when you get a sunburn, that I could not believe what happened. It took, not only, you know, when you get a sunburn and it feels hot, your face is hot, your skin is hot, and it hurts, and you get into a shower with hot water and it really hurts. Well, I put this lotion on, and it literally, within probably about a half an hour, it took away the pain, the heat, and it healed my skin so that I didn't flake, and I didn't, it didn't all fall off like in scales. I tanned, and I was like, wow, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. My son got sunburn on his legs really badly because he went to the beach with my family and didn't reapply the sunblock. And I put it on him, and he said the same thing. So it's pretty amazingly healing. I've always told people that if they have surgery, you can put the pain cream, not only for the pain of the surgery scar, but also to heal the wound and make sure that no infection happens. Because remember, CBD is a very powerful antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial. So you can use my pain creams not only for pain, but also for healing the skin, which is pretty amazing. I actually have a cosmetic line here in the store too, which I'll talk to you about on a different day, but that has CBD in it, which is very helpful for, you know, anti-aging properties too. So my pain creams, the small jar used to be $59.95. It is now $39.95. The large jar was $99.95, and now it's $69.95. So really a huge reduction in price there for one of the highest quality pain creams I've ever seen. The body lotion that I used for my sunburn is different. It's a bigger jar, and it's 1,500 milligrams of CBD. And that one is, where is it on here? All-purpose lotion, yeah, here. $49.95 for this big jar of CBD body lotion. So it's thinner, and it goes it goes a long way because it is thinner. The pain creams, though, a little bit goes a long way too. So I've had people buy like my large jar, and it lasts them like a year. So they're a good value for what you get for it. They're non-toxic. They're that your body doesn't have to detoxify from these. And then I also have the pet oils. The pet oils pets are more, dogs in particular, are more sensitive to CBD than humans. So you have to watch the dosing with them. And so it used to be 300 milligrams for pets. But I've found over the years, especially most people have bigger dogs, it's not quite enough and it doesn't really help. Now with pets, it helps with separation anxiety. Like if they get really upset over thunderstorms or fireworks, it can help calm them down for that. It's also helpful for pain, right? A lot of people use it with their animals for if they have arthritis, if they're older, it helps them with joint pain. And I have had many people tell me that their dogs, in particular, become like a different dog. Like they don't even know who they are. They're like 14 years old. All they do is sleep on their bed all day. And mostly that's because they're in pain and they don't want to move around too much because it hurts. And then when the pain is gone, they're up and running around and people are telling me it's like they have a puppy again. So I just want to make you aware of it. Like even if you're trepidatious about taking it as a human, your animals can benefit greatly from CBD. And I use it as just a health supplement on my younger dogs in their food every day to help keep their bodies in balance so that they remain healthy moving forward. Horses, I know this is a big horse area. I'm sure a lot of you don't have horses or work with them. However, horses have a huge problem with constipation, which can really basically kill them because it binds their guts up too much. And a lot of people I actually have an equine formula, which is just basically the same thing. This is all the same stuff. It's just in different dosing and maybe packaged differently, but it's all the same stuff. There's not like different kinds of CBD for dogs than there is for humans. It's all the same. It's just different levels. So before I talk about the horses real quick, the pet formula was always about $49.95 for 300 milligrams. Now it's $35 for 1,000 milligrams. So if you have a smaller dog, you would just use less. A bigger dog, you could just use what you would normally use for an animal. So $35 for this jar for 1,000 milligrams for your animals is a really good price. Lasts a really long time, especially if it's a smaller dog, and benefits them greatly as well. Horses, I know in people have reported back to me that they've had constipation their whole lives, and although they drink a lot of water and eat a lot of raw vegetables, they're 70 years old and it still plagues them to this day. The only change they made was CBD oil in their diet. Very little, a couple of drops in the morning, a couple of drops at night, and their constipation is gone. And they can't believe it because they've tried everything else. So very powerful for that, for horses and people. So my gummies are new. I have two sizes. I've always had these two sizes. This has 30 of them in there. This one has 100. And these are now designed, they're not gummy bears anymore. They used to be bears that were made with gelatin. These are made with pectin. And so they travel a lot better, and they're also healthier for you. Pectin can actually help heal the gut. So if I don't love like the sugar aspect of gummies at all, so some people that take these actually rinse the sugar off. They put the sugar on so they don't get stuck together in the jar. Plus a lot of people like the sugar part. I have a lot of like 90-year-olds who won't take CBD oil under the tongue, but they love the gummies. So you got to kind of meet people where they are. I also have a lot of autistic moms of autistic children who buy these gummies for anger issues for their kids that have, because they struggle to communicate well, so they get very frustrated and angry easily. And I've had a group of a lot of moms in an autistic group where they have autistic kids, and they use these gummies to help calm them down so that they don't have those anger outbursts anymore, and they swear by it. I have a lot of moms that come in, they get this jar like once a month, once every 2 months or so for that purpose. So certain people will not take the tinctures one way, right? But they will eat these. And so ultimately it's however you can get it into somebody who needs it is the best way for them, right? So my Small gummies used to be $59.95 for this jar. It's now $29.95. And my giant jar is what used to be $89.95 and it's now $69.95. Okay, so a good buy there. If anyone would like to try it, it can help with sleep, it can help with anxiety, it can help calm you down, and with a myriad of other things. So I do sell these a lot for, like I said, kids or adults, octogenarians, 90-year-olds that like their sweets, and but at least this is somewhat of a healthy sweet for them. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that there is this price reduction. I will have some other products that I could always talk to you about. Like I do have a like an icy hot kind of roller that a lot of men like, in particular, because they're used to that kind of sports icy hot thing, where it kind of gets a little bit cool and then a little bit warm. And it's a roll-on gel that you can even use. I've used it on my varicose veins to help the pain of those and the inflammation of those. That's what mainly what CBD does, is it reduces inflammation greatly, so that, again, that takes that inflammation out of the way. So then the body's like, okay, that's not a problem anymore. I can fix whatever needs to be fixed, and the body does that, not the CBD, right? So I just want to let you know that I'm happy to pass on this savings to you guys, because I'm all about promoting health in people in a natural way. And if we're capable of doing that with some really amazing high quality products, then it's a win-win for everybody. So if anyone's interested or has any questions about CBD and what it can do for them now that the prices are maybe more affordable and it's more accessible to more people, especially in this inflationary climate that we have going on right now, I'm happy to answer anything. You can reply back to this email that I sent this video in with any questions, or stop by the store sometime and ask me directly, and I'll be able to tell you to the best of my knowledge what I know about whatever it is you're asking about. All right, so I hope to see you guys soon, and have a good day.